All right. I got to figure out what's going on there. Let's see here. Network. Is it... I wonder if it's... All right, I have private relay off, so it should be fine. All right, but we are live right now, so we're good. All right. So it's using Gemini 2.5 Pro. We don't have diagnostics. Is there like a check health here? Logs page, grep ls. So if I type ls, all right, enter doesn't do anything. That's not what we want. Oh, I have to control S. When editor is focused, so blur editor. So if we do ls, ls is working. Press I to start writing. Okay. Is it doing anything? I can't tell if it's doing anything. And I don't know how to force it to use Gemini Flash instead of Pro. Right, because this looks like it didn't do anything. Or it's still working, and it feels like it shouldn't be working, right? I mean, it's also still very alpha. Let me try. Hold on here. My stream looks healthy from all my stats. I don't know what this is doing. This doesn't feel like. Tell me about this project. Control S. It crashed. Okay, so it's clearly not ready. We tried. We'll come back to that later this week. All right, where were we with this stuff? Back to snacks. And in here, yeah, we want to set up dim. So let's look at how to configure dim. And enable, okay. All right, so let's turn on dim. We'll say dim equals enabled equals true. You could spell. And then we want to add a toggle for dimming. OG, open git, buffer delete, snacks.buff delete. I think I need to reinstall that, right? That's like a thing we want. Buff delete, yeah. So we want to turn on that. Buff delete. True. I'll add that. And let's go back to dim. It is Mona Lisa. Which Mona Lisa might be 50% off right now. So check that out. All right, let's set up a key map for this. Toggle diagnostics, highlight colors. We'll come in here and we'll just add another block like this. And we'll say that, and we'll say toggle dimming. DM, I guess. Do I have anything for DM? Space D. No, I don't. All right, so dismiss notifications. Great. I don't know, because I feel like it. Buffer, or what did we say it was going to be? Dim, DM, toggle, dim mode. All right. So now the thing that really confuses me, let's see if that worked, right? So let's go back here and let's go back into snacks. If we do toggle D, M. M. Why is that toggle? Oh, I'm an idiot. I just copied, text my mom back. What purplish? All right, so down here, dim mode, we want to do toggle dim. I don't think we have to do that, do we? Let's do that, then back into where we were. Okay, that feels like it's working. Nice. Okay, so that dimming is working. Nice. We like it. We like it, chat. Oh, we got an article. Warrior Rapid, do you have an article to share that we should read? All right, so now what about Zen mode? Integrates with snacks.toggle to toggle various UI elements. So it pops up a square. Full screen indicator only shown when the Windows Maximus. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can redeem your points here. All right, everyone's getting a bunch of points back. So if we turn on Zen mode, this never worked last time I tried it. So if we go Zen equals this, enabled is true. Pop that in, refresh, vim. And now, what's the way to toggle it? Snacks.zen mode. So we can come down to our keys, right? Let's come down here and add a, I would rather this be toggle tree sitter context. Let's get rid of that and make this TC. And let's yank around that, 6 down, paste that in. This will be Zen mode. Actually, you know what? This will be toggle Zen mode. And this is actually, get rid of U, place that with capital M. Something like that. All right, so that should work. No, this needs to be toggle Zen. Right quit all, vim. Back to our snacks.lua. And if we toggle Zen mode, so I thought Zen mode was also supposed to do, okay, it does. It's kind of like, I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like that animation. Animation's kind of janky, huh? Yeah, I think I'm not gonna worry about Zen mode. Because I basically am minimal to start with, as Shrey said. But I might get rid of that, because if we go into this, like, I still find that pretty, the animation kind of sucks. Or maybe I don't have the animation now. It's because it's changing the font. I think that's the thing that's really jarring, is the font change. Like, everything that's commented, I don't know how to change that. I'm triggered. Well, I'm not gonna end up using that a lot. That'll probably just be for screenshots anyways. All right. What else from snacks do we need here? Anything? We're not using Zen. We're not going to worry about switching from telescope at this point. Although I do want to check telescope get hunks is something I want to check to see if it has. And then profile, I want this to be Google. All right. Oh my God. I think my internet is being a bitch. Pickers. This seems like it might be the hunks. That'll be the thing that probably gets me to change if I do. List buffers git commits with dotfiles and checks them out on control. So let's see if we can enable that one. I think we've got everything we want from snacks. For now, at least. I'm not going to use quick file. I think I already used status column, right? Yeah. All right. And then the last thing, let's go to telescope. Okay, I don't think I need to do anything in here unless there's new. I haven't touched this for ever. So this is going to be in my key maps. Okay, so then we'll do GH for get hunks, I guess, or get buffer GB. Do I have GB? No, I don't have anything there. So let's go ahead and try that. So it'll be vim.keymap dot set in normal mode. And when we press leader, actually search, do we have SG? We do. Live grep, that's search grep. Shit. I like having it as prefix with S for search. Oops, did not mean to open Slack. We can do BC. Search. Dude, we can't. Search hunks, I guess. Search SC. Do we have SC yet? Oh, we do. Search commands. I don't use that ever. So we can get rid of that. So let's actually yoink this, or we'll replace SC with we're gonna bump this to the right, give ourselves some more room here. And it's going to be built-in gets buffer. Search buffer commits. And then this is going to be commands. This will be instead built-ins dot get underscore b commits. Previewer equals false. That's not true. We don't want that. Do I need that? Require telescope themes? I don't think so, right? And then we can get rid of this function. Something like that. We go back and then it should be SC. Why don't we have, my git diffing isn't working. There it is. It's just really slow. Did I don't know what completely happened there, but all right, I don't know what's going on there. Whatever. All right, let's I guess let's try out Code Companion. See if we can figure this out. They have a nice website. And we'll start with watch our nice little introduction. And I have free Copilot too. All right, let's just get installation. Let's yoink you. Next season. We can get rid of Copilot for sure. Is this not playing? Code companion .lua. Paste that in. And we want to make this, I always forget the events, lazy loading. Very lazy. You can use for things that, God damn it. All right, yeah, we'll just do that. Say event is equals very lazy. All right. All right, Code Companion is installed. And let's go back here. And now we'll go over here. Where's the website? Go up here. How are you doing with the keyboard layers? Yeah, I'm very well adapted, I think, to my keyboard layers. All right, configuration, get started. Oh, I just deleted Copilot. Lol. All right, let's go back and see if we can get it working with Copilot, and I shouldn't have done that. So we can restore from here. Git restore -s staged config /nvim /lua /plugins /copilot. All right, and then we'll have one more git status, and we'll say git do the same command we just did, and we'll jump back to the beginning of the line. And we can get rid of, whoops. Get rid of that. All right, so now we should have Copilot right there. We can just say this is going to be very lazy, or that's even fine. Undefined field setup. I don't even know how to configure this thing anymore. All right, so we did keep that. And let's delete around that, and it just wants this. Require Copilot. I don't know why it thinks that's a undefined field. It's kind of weird, right, chat? I probably have to set up Copilot if I had to guess. Status online enabled. All right, so whoops. Let's go back to Code Companion. And we'll enable Copilot again. Go for Lua. So now we have Code Companion chat. And we can do like buffer. What can you tell me about this code? All right, so that doesn't work by default. Code Companion chat, buffer, space. Why isn't my file working as expected? What'd they press? That's what I did. Cannot write, buff type option is set. See you, Shreyas. So we have to write, maybe it's Copilot setup, Copilot setup. Copilot auth. I'm authenticated. Installation. TS install markdown. No. TS update. Oh, we can check health on it. That'd be good. So let's check health. We'll do Code Companion. All right, so everything seems fine there. Curl's good. Type your prompt and press it. Okay, it's Control S. So Code Companion. We'll set up some keybinds here. Code Companion actions. No, chat. And then we'll say press toggle the system prompt, yank code, send. All right, so we should be able to say buffer, and then we should say, tell me about this code. And then we can do like Control S. There we go. That's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, I like that. Nice. All right, so let's set up some key maps. Whatever our clear chat, GX, toggle yank code in normal mode, change adapters, previous stop request, view debug, insert code block, previous chat, next chat, Control C. Okay, so that's how that works. And in here we have LSP viewport. Share the code that you see in nvim with the LLM. So that must be just everything. And then what else do we have? We have editor, update a buffer with LLM's response, command runner, run a shell command, full sec dev, can run code, edit code, and modify files. All right. So let's just do like buffer. What keybinds would you recommend for opening and closing code companion chat? BudgetSync is an app that will sync my Splitwise transactions with you need a budget. Oh, this is so nice. So let's jump back over to our keybinds. And we are going to actually swap down to normal. This is actually toggle. Do we have toggle wrap in here? I want to move this one over into here so I have all my snacks toggles in one place. Let's go ahead and put this in here, and this will be TW, and this will be option, and this will take wrap, and this will be toggle line wrap. All right, then we can delete this one. And what do we want to do to open Code Companion? Do I have anything on A? No. So I could do like AI. What else do we have? Code Companion, actions, prompt. How does this work? I don't know what this is gonna do. All right, so that just opened that. That's kind of nice. Please select the code. Oh, so what happens if I do that and I do Code Companion? How does this work? Nice. That's pretty good. Is that US specific? I don't think so. Splitwise might be US specific. I think we're gonna try to launch a competitor. I think we're gonna vibe code a competitor to Splitwise. All right, so that's pretty nice. So I definitely want some, let's come in here and say code companion, and we're gonna say vim, let's see here, vim dot keymap. Let's close this side. Keymap dot set in visual and selection mode, and we do leader AI. We'll do this will be CMD code companion CR. Let's see if that works. So if I do AI, is that what I want? Let's try again. I hover it, AI, explain this. So that didn't work completely. So we go into selection mode, right? And then we code companion. And what's the other one do? Code companion actions. All right. I got to remember that tick. So it's like tick that, comma, tick that. And we do AI. Explain this. There we go. All right, so we can take that one. And that actually ends up down here under visual mode. And we can get rid of you. And let's go back up and then code companion. This will be in normal mode. And we'll say AI, and this is going to just open our chat. So we'll delete this. Code companion chat. And we close this and we do AI. Oh, right, that needs to end with carriage return, source our file, AI, there we go. Nice chat. All right, that's pretty nice. Let's go read. To open the chat buffer and send a prompt at the same time, toggle the chat buffer with code companion chat. To open the chat buffer and send a prompt at the same time, toggle the chat buffer with Code Companion Chat toggle. Let's see what that does. So it's saying Code Companion Chat and then toggle. We should make that a and we can come in here and we can say this will be a description and toggle Code Companion Chat. Toggle Code Companion Chat. Look at that. Nice. And then if we do I don't know if I want that to work that way. Let's see if we can grab toggle. See if that works. If we grab this Code Companion chat, and I do AI. Okay, that didn't work. What if we do source AI? Yeah, no, it doesn't put it in automatically. There's definitely a way to take what's in, actually, you know what? In nvim, when I configure a key map, how can I paste the current selection into a command? Trying something like this. God, this is so nice. Chat. All right, we'll just go back to how we had it though, because that was pretty good. All right. All right, so we got Code Companion working. Let's see if there's anything else we want to configure in here. We can insert a file, insert content from help tags, insert symbols. That's nice. We can probably add our own tools. Inline assistance. I probably don't want the inline assistance. Oh, come on, load. Okay, maybe I will. So does that work now if I do that? Like, I come here and I say, and we highlight this, AI, add a comment. Okay, that was pretty nice. I like it. Oh, we have a prompt library. Nice. All right, so we want to set these to silent. Let's add this. Desk is prompt code companion on the selected text on the current selection. And we'll say no recursive. That'll be true, right? And silent is going to be true. And we'll do the same thing with our other code companion stuff. Yo, what the fuck just happened? Code companion chat. And we want, yeah, yank around that. Or I guess we don't need that. We can come in here and set no remap to true and silent to true. And then, shit, we have that extra thing there. There we go. Source. All right, that should be pretty good for now. We can create tools. We can have an action palette, user interface workflows. We can come back to that. But let's write some TypeScript for a little bit. So let's go over to BudgetSync. And we'll do that. And we'll go ahead. I should commit this actually.
Functions
Git status.
the world.
Updates. Snacks. Code companion. Which keys? Push that. And then let's Z to personal. Z personal. And we should have a folder in here. BudgetSync. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, we were using ElectroDB for this. So let's go ahead and do a bun update. Basically all of the effect stuff. All right, let's just take a look around and see where we're at on this. And in here, we've got some DynamoDB stuff. I patched TypeScript. Oh yeah, I did patch TypeScript in this project. That's right. All right, in here, what do we got? I'm not sure if this file's up to date or not. What do we have in here? Fact to promise settled result. Is this used anywhere? Yeah, I didn't think so. Why do I have all of this? So YNAB. I kind of do like this though. There's so much stuff in here I don't think I'm using. Yeah, there's stuff I want to refactor. All right. Let's start with, I know the hardest part to refactor is going to be here. So let's start there. Let's update our dependencies. So we see over here, we got that. Let's go ahead and open up this, get fish shell loaded. And let's go ahead and bun update effect. To latest. I guess we can upload at aws-hta/client dynamo. Let's just do effect for now, I guess. -s latest, because we are actually we're only one minor version behind, I think. Yeah, we went to 3.14.11. We can update to. Can we just do bun update latest on everything? Ah, nice. Hell yeah. That's super nice. Thank you for the follow, Worksbend. All right, so let's close this out and let's go ahead and run a bun install, make sure everything's good there. And I don't want to start in BudgetSync. I want to start in Splitwise in the client. Make sure everything's good in here. Yeah. Redacted value. That seems fine. That all seems fine. Great. And then our effect client, I want to change how I'm doing this. I've started using some new patterns here. So we're going to minimize this for a second. And we can keep this, except this is going to get a signal, which is a abort signal. Or actually, I think that goes second. Signal,
the gospel of the camel,
which will be abort signal.
I speak the gospel of the dunes. The sand is in my veins.
Dude, I run everything on port Lodash. What up, Dan? Thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, so we're going to change this to be, we're going to break out this static stuff here. And we're going to do that. And we're going to keep that there. And where are we getting? Yeah. static layer. So we must have a second. We want to do in that, GC that, and in here, we can comment this out too. I want to do I also want to get rid of instrumentation. Wrap splitlines client. And we'll come in here and we'll say can I fold that? Sure. Say export, we don't even need to, we'll just say create wrapped splitwise client. Let me check my calendar real quick, chat. All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to wrap up in a minute. So we'll start working on this tomorrow. We at least got Code Companion in. We got some nice nvim updates. I'm probably gonna try to rip out Nix tonight and get over to Brew. We're also gonna try to start streaming to X one of these days this week, figuring that out. So look for that. Let's find somebody to raid. We'll raid Janet. All right, chat. We'll be back tomorrow.